Here's Navarro on the run. Navarro's going to keep it. Navarro for 6. Touchdown, Bobcat.
I feel I had a hard time staying in my own lane.
Oh my goodness. Red Murdoch. Pick 6.
Horvath inside the 30 to 20. Blake Horvath will score.
And Mendoza takes a big hit. He never saw it coming. Trey White got in there.
There's his man, Rucker. And nobody's going to catch him. Goodbye.
Intercepted.
Tyree Skipper. Touchdown.
Telly again, why not? A step forward and make it 2 for Telly.
Quarterback keeper. Showing off the speed. Steps on the gas. Untouched.
The G5 Hive. All G5 all the time.
Welcome to the G5 Hive, where we bring you the G5 college football coverage you love each and every week. I am Luke. I am joined by my co-host, Justice. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're watching us on X, please give us a follow, a like, and a retweet. And if you're listening to us in podcast form, please rate and review. It helps with the algorithm. Something I do not understand, but the algorithms seem to got it figured out. Conference. We are going to talk about our Thursday game where we had Navy Memphis. Memphis had momentum after a touchdown put them up 17-14 with under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Then the Tigers forced a 3-and-out, and Memphis marched the ball down to the Navy 12. However, the Tigers were unable to get any points as they missed the field goal. It was a 31-yarder just before the half. And then it was the tale of two halves for Navy. Navy controlled the first drive of the second half, 18 plays, 17 runs, 10 minutes and 3 seconds off the clock. However, Horvath would fumble at the Memphis 1-yard line. Navy had all the control, but would they lose it? Memphis would be forced to punt after a 3-and-out, and Navy wouldn't look back. Navy wins this one 28-17 with about 6 minutes to go in the second half. The midshipmen had outgained Memphis 197-31. Navy finishes the season with Army on deck at 9-2. They're looking to get 10 wins in back-to-back seasons for the first time ever. Memphis finishes the season at a disappointing 8-4 season for their standards. I didn't think they were as great. I thought they actually outperformed what they would do, in my personal opinion, or about on par. But I think Memphis fans were very disappointed in an 8-4 season. Our Friday game, bellies are full. You'd had your Thanksgiving. Maybe you're going to your fifth Thanksgiving at this point. Not sure. But we had Temple, North Texas. This game was close after one quarter of play as it was 14-7 North Texas. The second quarter was all North Texas as they started to pull away 4 possessions for Temple that ended with 3 punts and 1 interception for a total of 52 yards, while North Texas would score 3 touchdowns on 4 possessions and have 243 total yards. North Texas cruises in this one, 52-25. Let the WWE continue as Stone Cold Steve Austin played football for North Texas. When they get turnovers, they bang those water bottles. They're pouring it all over. I'm excited. Hopefully we see some of that here in the conference championship game. But UNT punches their ticket to that AAC championship game. And now the program has a record 11 wins. Saturday games, we got East Carolina at Florida Atlantic. ECU put up 42 first half points on this one as Caden Hauser had 2 passing and 2 rushing touchdowns in the first half. And ECU's great defense recorded 4 sacks and had 3 picks, recovered 2 fumbles in this one. And ECU loots the Owls 42-3. UAB Tulsa. UAB was an 8.5-point underdogs in this one, which is saying something because they had 39 players opt out after that incident that we talked about last week. And through 3 quarters of play, things were all tied up at 17. Tulsa and UAB would trade touchdowns in the fourth, and Javon Jackson's second touchdown of the game on the ground with 3:40 left would prove to be the game winner as the Blazers win this one 31-27. 24. Army, UTSA. Quick side note, if you haven't seen the post-game exchange between the coaches, go see it on Twitter. There will be no Christmas. I think the Black Knight podcast, who we talked to in the Worker Bee series, they said no Christmas cards will be probably exchanged between these coaches. Kind of an interesting exchange there. But UTSA would jump out to an early 10-0 lead, but Army's offense would put up 10 unanswered with less than 50 seconds to go in the first half. Owen McCown would be intercepted by Jaden Mates, who would house it 73 yards to give the Black Knights a 17-10 lead at the half. And Army would be up 20-10 after three quarters, but UTA would strike with 5 seconds to go in the fourth, and Army would get one first down before punting it back to the Roadrunners, and UTSA would get another touchdown to go up 24-20, 9-10 left in the game. But then Army does what it does best. It uses 10 runs to eat up 6 minutes and 21 seconds, but they score on a 4-yard touchdown pass to regain the lead, 27-24, and they win by that final to become bowl eligible in the process. Something I saw that I did not realize. I did not fact check this because I don't want to. I want it to be right in so many ways. Was something of like, this was the first pass to a tight end that was a touchdown since like 2008 or something just super ridiculous like that. I don't have to look it up because like that adds up, but I also don't want to look it up because I want that to be right. So I don't know. I don't know if it
Army has a secret game plan, I guess, for UTSA at home. We talked about last week how UTSA is a different team at home, but that didn't really seem to matter to Army. Army comes in and stops that undefeated home season for the Roadrunners.
All right. Rice, South Florida. Byron Brown had a huge night in this one as he was 16-24 for 275 yards and 4 touchdowns while adding 15 rushes for 104 on the ground and 1 touchdown. Rice did not sniff the red zone until the 8:49 mark in the third quarter when Drew Delivier hooked up with Aaron Turner on a 55-yard pass that took Rice from their own 25 to the South Florida 20, and they would not return to the red zone in the game. The Bulls roll in this one, 52-3. Charlotte versus number 22 Tulane. Tulane engulfs Charlotte in this one, 27-0. The only time Charlotte was in the red zone was thanks to a Jamari McClure fumble at the Tulane 44, in which Ty Baldwin would return it 33 yards to the Tulane 12. They would get to the 7-yard line and miss a field goal. The only Charlotte miss a field goal from 25 yards out. Other than the 4 plays on that drive, Charlotte would have 7 plays in Tulane territory. 7! So that's 11 of their 50 plays were on Tulane's side of the field. The season could not get done soon enough for Charlotte.
I did see where where Tim Albin's, saying, hey, like, we need your support, we need money. I think they're trying to raise $5 million in funds to help them, for lack of a better word, pay their football team. So if you're a 49er fan,
they should go mining for it, like all 49ers do. They should go mining for it.
Yes,
eligibility.
They need some help.
Army is the only team that got added this week, but that now puts the bowl eligibility for the American up to 8 teams. We've got North Texas, UTSA, Memphis, Tulane, now Army, ECU, South Florida, and Navy. Let's take a look at our conference championship game, in which we've got number 20 North Texas travels to number 21 Tulane in a Scott Steiner versus Kurt Angle one-on-one matchup, in which Kurt Angle does not have any chance to beat Scott Steiner, so give his 33% chance of that JMU playoff number. If you missed it earlier, we did Steiner math. I did Steiner math in this one. We think North Texas wins this one, but Justice, let's break it down by the numbers.
The odds makers agree. North Texas is favored by 2.5. Over under of 66.5. Let's take a look when Tulane has the ball on offense. They are ranked 60. They are the 61st ranked passing offense, 167.8 yards per game. They're the 48th ranked rushing offense. I'm sorry, I had that reversed. 61st ranked rushing offense, 167.8 yards per game. 48th ranked passing offense, 248 yards per game. You look at this North Texas defense, and they're pretty stout against the pass. They are the 10th ranked passing defense in all of college football, only allowing 164.7 yards per game. However, not so great on the rushing part. They're ranked 129th, giving up 207.9 yards per game. So fully expect Tulane. That's how they're going to attack North Texas, right? Number one, keeps the high-powered North Texas offense off the field, and that's based on season to date, that's the weakest part of that Mean Green defense is stopping the run. You look at like sacks. North Texas has got Tulane has one of the better offensive lines in terms of sacks per game. They're ranked 7th, only giving up 0.83 sacks per game. Tulane has the ball on offense. It's Jake Retzlaff. It had been Jamari McClure, but I'm assuming when he fumbled the ball, then they brought in Javin Gordon and gave him a shot. But they got a plethora of running backs. You got Gordon, you got Jamari McClure, you got Jake Retzlaff, dual threat. He is by far the leader of the offense. They go as he goes. You got Shaz Preston as their top receiver, former Alabama guy. And this offensive line is led by left guard Shadre Hurst, one of the top guards in all of college football. Definitely the number one guard in the G5, but he is one of the best in all of college football. When we look at the North Texas defense, their two corners, Fisher and Armstead, are really good. Fields, a great linebacker. I believe all three of those guys followed Skylar Cassidy over from Sam Houston. And then you got Wazlowski, and then the two safeties, Patrick Smith-Young and Will Jones II. Will Jones II and Patrick Smith-Young transferred over from Old Dominion this past offseason. But, yeah, I mean, Tulane's going to want to run the ball some more. They're going to go – Tulane goes as Jake Retzlaff goes. I mean, he's been a little bit of a roller coaster this year.
He's been turnover prone, and I think this North Texas defense, led by that defensive coordinator and Skylar Cassidy, I think they have something in store for this offense. I think they make enough turnovers, and this one is North Texas.
Well, let's look at when North Texas has the ball and that high-powered offense. They are the number one ranked scoring offense, averaging 46.8 points per game. They're the second ranked passing offense, 325.7 yards per game, and the 38th ranked rushing offense, 186.1 yards per game. You look at that Tulane defense, and they are bad against the pass, 119th, giving up 251.9 yards per game, going against the second ranked passing offense. Look for Drew Mestemaker, Wyatt Young, Landon Sides, Miles Coleman, Cam Dorner. I mean, they have an embarrassment of riches at receiver for the Mean Green. And then you got Drew Mestemaker, the leader of that offense. He's a dual threat too. He can get done with his legs. Man, like the thing that impresses me the most about Mestemaker is like he makes his reads very quick, makes the decisions very quick. He's not he has a quick release. I've told Luke, I've told others, I fully expect to see Drew Mestemaker playing in the NFL on Sundays. And then, we talked about the passing offense, and they got Caleb Hawkins, man. Caleb Hawkins has been a beast the last half of the season for them on the ground, so that they can beat you in a multitude of ways. Like I said, the Tulane defense not good against the pass, ranked 119th. They do a little bit better against the run. They're ranked 32nd on the run. Looking at this Tulane defense, they give the names to know for there. Let me change this real quick. You got Jack Chenchu. You got Santana Hopper is probably the guy to know along that defensive line. He's a transfer from App State. He's a really good defensive lineman. You got Sam Howard at linebacker, and then there are two safeties, Bailey Despaney and Jack Chenchu. Those are kind of the highlight players there for that mean green. I'm sorry, for the green wave. We got the mean green versus the green wave here in the American Championship. But at the end of the day, I just don't see this green wave defense slowing down this North Texas offense.
What I envision, I think North Texas is going to struggle running the ball like they've had success all year. I think this is going to come down to Mestemaker making plays, and what I envision this team doing is trying to run the ball early with Hawkins, and that the intention would be to start probably mixing in a lot of play action to get that secondary moving up and then to hit them over the top. So I'm expecting kind of a low scoring maybe first quarter where it's really setting
kind
up,
of feeling each other out.
Yeah, they're really hammering. Like if Hawkins can run, Hawkins will run. But I think they're going to try to figure that out relatively quick. Maybe some screens, some quick slants to, hey, if I can get a 4-yard slant here, a 4-yard slant here, run for 4, I think that's what North Texas is going to do. But this is going to come down to Drew Mestemaker and what he can do with his arm, in my opinion.
Yeah, and if you're looking for the big play over the top, that's gonna be Cam Dorner. I mean, he's the guy that's going to go 3 for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's the big play guy up top, burning the defense. Whereas, Wyatt Young and Miles Coleman, they're the slot guys. They're kind of doing the dirty work over the middle. Those are the high volume guys. Cam Dorner's the speed guy, the burner on the outside, the big play man. So yeah, I look for a big game for Drew Mestemaker, and for folks that don't watch the G5, this could be somewhat of a coming out party, if you will. Obviously, folks that watch a lot of college football, they know who Drew Mestemaker is, but your casual SEC fan probably has no idea who Drew Mestemaker is. They catch this American Championship, they're going to be like, oh, who is this guy? Like I said, I fully expect Drew to be playing college on the NFL on Sundays. I think he's got that kind of talent. Yeah, it's gonna wrap it up for tonight. If you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. On X, give us a follow. And if you're listening on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, please subscribe and leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. We're so grateful for everyone's immense amount of support that we have received throughout the year, and we sincerely thank each and every one of you. Be sure to join us next week as we discuss what happened in the conference championship games. We'll give you our final 2025-2020 players. Look forward to the Army-Navy game, as well as kick off our bowl game previews. And as always, bring you up to date on all the latest news and happenings in the world of G5 college football. Until the next time, we are the G5 Hive.